It's a kind of a sickness that you're developing.
What's happening? What are people looking for? What is it? And he's saying it like it's a matter of fact. He's saying, Sadhguru, 70% is only pornography. 70% of the internet traffic is pornography.
It's very unfortunate because once you come as a human being, your biology is not the front end of your life.
How to stop watching porn is one of the highest search questions on the internet.
Just because you see something ugly and say he among friends, don't think you're doing something great. You're doing the dumbest thing that's possible. If you don't get my point, whatever pornography that's happening there, put your mother's face on that lady who's there. I think you'll get the point.
I was just talking to somebody who's some kind of an expert on the internet and stuff. I said, what's happening? Because I don't get to see anything except a bit of news and our own work all the time. I never get to browse or see anything. So I was asking, what are people looking for? What is it? And he's saying it like it's a matter of fact. He's saying, Sadhguru, 70% is only pornography. I mean, what's happened to us? When such a powerful medium that we can communicate with the entire world, don't we have anything better to say?
In 2012, estimates of the total number of pornographic websites stood at nearly 25 million, comprising about 12% of all the websites. In 2022, the total amount of pornographic content accessible online was estimated to be over 10,000 terabytes. As Sadhguru says, the internet is the first ever option which can share information in the whole world, but what we are sharing is a very big question.
Pornography does not mean sexuality. It's a kind of a sickness that you're developing. When I say sickness, sexuality is not a sickness, it's part of our making. We are here because of that. We are not here for that, we are here because of that.
It's very unfortunate because once you come as a human being, your biology is not the front end of your life. Biology should not be the front end of a human life, it is part of our life. We are not denying it.
Women have a much bigger responsibility and a need to stop these things because nobody's saying anything about it, and now they're beginning to say it is fashionable even for women also to watch about it. Somebody is saying this is sex education. No, it is none of those things. Physical freedom has come to you. You're throwing it away with pornography. That means you're anyway an object, all right? If you want to become a being, you must protest against this, not on the streets. Wherever you see it, you must stop it right there. You must understand this is not about somebody's joy, somebody's enjoyment, somebody's pleasure. This is about objectifying a woman, making a thing out of you.
The main reasons people consume it are sexual arousal and sexual enhancement. To identify the reasons for online pornography utilization, the mechanisms involved in its addictions, and its physiological, emotional, behavioral, social, and substance abuse effects. After a detailed literature search using PubMed Central and Google Scholar, 4 case studies and 9 original articles from 2000 to 2022 were included. The main findings of the literature demonstrated that watching porn was most frequently done out of boredom for sexual gratification, and to pick up few fashion and behavioral ideas from these movies. In all facets of the users' lives, negative consequences were seen. Men who are addicted to pornography often experience decreased satisfaction in their marriages and diminished emotional connection with their spouses. They may prioritize porn over social interactions and report feeling emotionally dumb, focusing more on obtaining their next fix than pursuing personal goals. Men who frequently indulge in pornography tend to develop a higher tolerance for unconventional sexual behaviors such as aggression, promiscuity, unnatural sex, and violence.
We should not let these sex maniacs, child sellers to dominate this world. How can we allow people who sell children to do dirty things with them to dominate this planet? Tell me, we are allowing them to do it. We don't have to fight them. Everybody thinks we have to fight. No, we have to overwhelm them with positive things.
So at different stages of life, there are some times you only think about it and talk about it, there are some times you indulge in it. These are passing phases of life. How much of it is needed for you, you are the best judge. You don't have biological needs, you have, it's fine, but it must be on the periphery. It should not become the core of your life because it will reduce you in the sense.
So how do I get rid of it? You must understand this. As I told you, nature released you from a certain binding, thinking you are a conscious life, that you will do everything consciously. It did not mean that you are supposed to be doing just that all the time, reproductive activity. So, it's not about pleasure, it's not about joy, it's not about love, it is just a compulsiveness. If you do not understand, compulsiveness is slavery. Just because you see something ugly and say hee among friends, don't think you're doing something great. You're doing the dumbest thing that's possible. If you don't get my point, whatever pornography that's happening there, put your mother's face on that lady who's there. I think you'll get the point.
Sadhguru suggests that not everyone should become brahmacharis and relocate. This path is reserved for those with the capability, but he emphasizes the importance of leading a dignified life for all. In conclusion, our message is to utilize technology in a beneficial manner and to refrain from objectifying women.